Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our ISKCON Guru official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 9th chapter, text 12 onwards. Tattva Justim Sutam Hitam Vijnana Arvakavatsala Yesa Kila Tam Badhum Damna Tat Avirjako Vida Atad Virjako Vida. Mother Jasoda was always overwhelmed by intense love for Krishna, not knowing who Krishna was or how powerful he was. Because of material affection for Krishna, she never even cared to know who he was. Therefore, when she saw that her son had become excessively afraid, she threw the stick away and desired to bind him so that he would not commit any further naughty activities. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada Maharaj says that Mother Jasoda wanted to bind Krishna not in order to chastise him, but because she thought the child was so restless that he might leave the house in fear, and that would be another disturbance. Therefore, because of full affection, to stop Krishna from leaving the house, she wanted to bind him with rope. Mother Jasoda wanted to impress upon Krishna that since he was afraid of merely to see her sick, he should not perform such disturbance activities by breaking the container of yogurt and butter and distributing its contents to the monkeys. Mother Jasoda didn't care to understand who Krishna was and how his power spreads everywhere. This is an example of pure love for Krishna. Thus, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur Saraswati Santika says that Krishna pleaded, "Don't beat me, Jasoda. If you don't like getting beaten, why did you break the yogurt pot today?" Jasoda said like this. So Krishna says, "I won't do that anymore, but throw down the stick." Then Mother Jasoda began to worry. Maybe my son will run away to the forest out of fear, anger, or distress. To prevent this, Jasoda threw away the stick and decided to tie up Krishna. Due to being completely absorbed in Krishna's sweetness, Jasoda had no knowledge how powerful he was. Atad Virjo Kovida. So, Shiva Sanatana Goswami in Brihad Vaishnava Dosani says that she desired to tie him up. In both cases, she desired to tie him up because of affection for the boy. So, in the next two verses, it is stated how Lord Krishna's opulences, Mother Jasoda, even if she saw the opulence, but she was not able to see. Pasanapi na pasadi. In 13 and 14 it said, "Na chantan na bahirjasya na purvam na picha param purva parang bahishanta jagatojo jagatchaja tam matva atmajam avyaktam martyalingam adukhyajam gopi kodu khadamna bhavanda prakrutam jata." That means the Supreme Personality of Godhead has no beginning and no end, no exterior and no interior, no front and no rear. In other words, he is all pervading. Because he is not under the influence of the element of time, for him there is no difference between past, present and future. He exists in his own transcendental form at all times, being absolute, beyond relativity. He was free from distinctions between cause and effect. Although he is the cause and effect of everything, that unmanifested person who is beyond the perception of the senses had now appeared as a human child, and Mother Jasoda, considering him her own ordinary child, bound him to the wooden mortar with a rope. So Srila Prabhupada Maharaj in the purport says that in Bhagavad Gita 10:12, Krishna is described as the Supreme Brahma, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, etc. The word Brahma means the greatest. Krishna is the greater than the greatest, being unlimited and all-pervading. How can it be possible for the all-pervading to be measured by or bound? Then again, Krishna is the time factor. Therefore, he is all-pervading not only in space but also in time. We have measurements of time, but although we are limited by past, present and future, for Krishna these do not exist. Every individual person can be measured, but Krishna has already shown that although he also is an individual, the entire cosmic manifestation is within his mouth. We have seen 2 times he has shown it to his mother. All these points consider Krishna cannot be measured. How then did Yashoda want to measure him and bind him? We must conclude that this took place. Now we must conclude that this took place simply on the platform of pure transcendental love. This is the only cause. Advaitam, Achyutam, etc. Okay. Then Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in Sarada Dasantika says that with the ropes of her intense prema, Yashoda tied up Krishna, the all-pervading Lord, who binds up everyone from Brahma to the blade of grass with the mode of material nature. The verse is spoken within this intention. I stated in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Jonishu Kamteya, Murtaya Samavadija. All the living beings are bound up in these three modes of nature. Sattva, Raja, Tama iti guna prakriti samabha nibodhnati mahabaho dehe dehinam abhyam. So, limited objects can be bound up by surrounding them on the outside, but where can one tie the rope on he who is greater than the greatest and who has no inside or outside? The verse establishes that Krishna pervades all space and time as well. Krishna cannot be limited by past, present and future. The unlimited can bind the limited, but in this case, it was the opposite. The entire universe, which is created by his power, cannot bind Krishna. Then what to speak of an insignificant rope within that universe? One cannot say that a little boy cannot bind up the universe because Yashoda saw the entire cosmic manifestation within his own mouth. How then could Yashoda bind him? The answer is given. Krishna was bound by the uncommon motherly love of Yashoda, who thought of him as her son. Matva Atmajam. Though Krishna is all powerful, by his unconceivable energy, he allows himself to be controlled by love and bound by his beloved. Krishna is called Avyaktam because under the control of love, he conceals his powers and appears like a human being. Even though he is beyond material sense perception, the power of Yashoda's love bound up the Lord, who is the aggregate of all consciousness, just as one binds an ordinary child, Prapritam. So, Sripad Sanatana Goswami in Brihad Vaishnava Dosani, whether he has given it here or not, I don't know. But the same thing is given by Jiva Goswami. Okay, Sanatana Goswami says the great fortune of Yashoda is described in 2 verses. He has no inside or outside. He has no previous or later part. Since he is by nature beyond conception, being a form of eternity, knowledge and bliss, Sachidananda Vigraha. This indicates his all-pervasive nature. The negative no is repeated to strengthen the statement. The word cha means though, in spite of his powers, she bound him. In this way, we'll see how Lord could not be bound by Mother Yashoda, even collecting all the ropes there in Gokula, available in Gokula. Okay, I will speak it in later pages. So thank you very much for listening to this lecture, and please don't forget to subscribe, share and like our channel and get the directions about Hare Krishna.